Okay, we're going to broach the subject of distortion again, and I want to clarify a few things. And the first thing is that the reason I wait to really get into this until volume 3 is because if you've been doing your open throat technique workouts and you've got great diaphragmatic support and all the relaxation responses are working for you and everything, all the stars line up, so to speak, you're going to notice you've already started to develop some really cool tone. We're going to get into tone in a minute, but actually in another segment of this. But you've already started to develop some kind of cool, kind of whiskey, smoky, woodsy tone. So instead of going, hey, it's hey, yeah, 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 yeah. You know, you're already starting to get some kind of cool attitude in the voice. Well, this is significant because this is actually how you start to build grit or growl or fry or distortion and all those things. You start from a clean tone, as we've said, and over time, as you've been doing your workouts and you've been faithful to do that, and you've been managing open throat technique, and you never work out distortion. You don't sit there and go, all right, today I'm going to go and try to distort my voice. So this is kind of an unusual component to this part of the course because I'm not asking you guys to start, heaving up your chest voice into your throat in order to be able to get distortion. But I get so many requests on this and so many people ask about this, and I want to make sure you guys do this safely so that you build up harmonic resonance, distorted resonance over time, safely over time, to where it naturally starts to build on itself. And you also make sure that you can always come back and sing clean. Very, very, very important, so you don't forever sentence yourself to singing in a distorted tone. Now, I've got some videos and stuff, and I'll play them along the way, but what's really, really important is, in fact, let me just show you really quickly this video here on distortion. Check this out. How to sing with distortion, or how to sing with rasp. My name's Ken Tamplin, and welcome to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy. This happens to be one of my specialties, and I'd like to discuss some very important things. Now, if you stopped here for 5 quick tips on how to sing with rasp, you're going to be disappointed, and here's why. There is no such thing. And in fact, if you go from a clean sound straight to a hyperglottal compressed distorted sound, chances are you'll either hurt your voice or lose your voice altogether. That's not how we grow compression or distortion. Here's how we grow compression. First, we start with a powerful clean sound. And then we go to varying degrees of distortion where we turn up the volume or lean into the sound a little bit more for more and more distorted sound. So I'm going to play a couple clips back to back of myself singing and then a female student singing so you can hear both male and female versions of first a clean, powerful sound, then turning up the volume with a little bit more distortion, then a little bit more vocal distortion, and then finally a lot of vocal distortion. Run to the hills. Run for your lives. People say the woman is ill. She makes you go with forever. I've seen drunken men walk a drunken mile. Yet I've resisted the devil's daughter of desire. What if I say I'm not just another one in your place? You're the pretender. What if I say I will never surrender? You don't feel a thing. Okay, so as you've seen, you can tell there was different degrees of that distortion. So what we do is we lean into the sound starting with alarm, and then we kind of push into the sound with the compression using our diaphragm. And I can't cover diaphragmatic support here. I have this in my singing course. I cover all of this in my singing course, how to sing better than anyone else. So we start out with a clean sound, alarm, then we can lean into the sound a little bit more, right? Or yeah, 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 yeah. And we can kind of push into that sound just a little bit more. Or live! You know, or we can hit it really hard, but we have to start out with a clean sound and then go through levels and stages of distorted sounds. And then when we're all done, we must come back and clean up the voice, because if we don't, we will forever sentence ourselves to a heavy distorted sound, which we don't want. We want versatility and we want good vocal health. Okay, I have that video on YouTube, and now I want to migrate to yet another video that I have on YouTube regarding distortion. Let me play this. Check this out. Hey guys, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy. We're going to move on to another more advanced part of distortion, which is fry and scream and growl and all this other stuff. Now, again, I have to say this to you. You have to build this up over time. If you don't, you probably will destroy your voice, okay? So we build up a good clean sound first, and then we lean into it more and more. So, hey, then, hey, then, hey, then, hey, then, hey! Right, little by little we build this stuff up more and more. But I want to talk specifically about fry, because fry gives the impression that I'm just blood curdling through my throat is just like this, right? Actually, that's not what's happening. What's happening is I've built up a quality distortion over time. And what I do is, when I'm going to do something that's kind of screamy or growl or whatever you want to call it, fry, is I go, hey! So what I do is it's pretty gnarly, I know, is I'm actually, notice too, I haven't lost my voice. I'm not, sounding like this or whatever. And by the way, I've come off of singing for 5 hours today. This is the end of my vocal lessons from the most big part of my day. Is I'm actually relaxing my vocal folds, and I'm using some of my outside vocal folds to do my work for me. So instead of going, hey! and screaming at you, it's, hey! I'm literally relaxing in a kind of fry state. Now, the thing about that is you have to build up a good clean sound first and a good powerful vocal sound first to be able to develop levels of this in order to achieve this. So I cover this in my course. It's so important, guys. You always have to come back and clean up the voice, because if you don't, you will hurt yourself. Okay, if you notice within these two videos, I'm very specific on building this, sort of stair-steppy kind of way to get to distortion. So let's say go, yeah! In fact, let's even get cleaner on it. Yeah! Real clean. Yeah! And let's kind of push into the sound with our diaphragm a little bit. Yeah! 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 You can hear me kind of start to lean into that sound a little bit more. It's very controlled, and I don't have to do it. I do it by choice. It's not because I can't hit a note. I have to ram the note up and kill the thing to be able to get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. I can go through different stages or levels or degrees or shades of this distortion, right? So this is really significant, because if you want to build this, what you do is it's the call register, it's the belting register, like you're shouting at someone stealing your car or your bike or your skateboard or your purse. I don't care what it is, but hey, that guy, he's stealing my stuff, hey! But I'm doing it controlled. It's not only coming from the throat. I've got a lot of diaphragmatic support. My open throat technique is working out. Now, why I bring up the open throat thing is because it's, hey! I'm actually keeping my throat open. I'm not going, hey! I'm not doing that, okay? My throat stays open, so I've built muscle memory from the open throat technique that I have, which is the only way to truly achieve this safely. Now, when you hear me do false vocal fold screams, for you growl guys out there, guys, I am not having like a blood-curdling scream. I'm not going, yeah! I'm not killing you with sound. In fact, that hurts. I showed you in the video, that hurts, right? Instead, I'm actually relaxing the folds, kind of like Nuban or Tuban throat singing, right? And I'm going, hey! Right? I'm actually relaxing the folds themselves. And like I said, you notice I'm not hoarse and I'm not talking to you like, oh, that really hurt. It doesn't, because I'm relaxing the folds. But the only way I can do this is by going through the course, getting and building good muscle memory for open throat technique, and understanding this relaxation response and how to build this. This goes all the way to growl and scream and all the other crazy stuff that, grindcore, deathcore, everything else that's out there. This, if it's done correctly, this is how we do it. But, big caveat, and I know you all want to go, gosh, Ken, there must be more to this. There must be more to the zen of screaming. There's more. There's more because you build this in stages, and you do this specifically in your chest voice in one way, and then you do this in your head voice in another. Hey! Right? That's in head or even falsetto head, built head voice, right? So, we want to build these things in different ranges and different timbres within the range. But, hey! We're going to build this stuff. I'm sorry if it distorted because I'm loud and I built up really strong resonance within the sounds. But I want you guys to notice that there's a way to build the chest voice and a way to build the head voice. And we want to follow the same process that we did with building chest and head. So first we grow our chest voice. And if you're going to grow and build a distorted timbre with your chest voice, do that first. Then come back to your head voice. Build a distorted timbre for your head voice. And hey! Then you can actually also grow and connect the passaggio between chest and head and these distorted tones. And the more you do this, the more comfortable you get at it. And by the way, you can't just grow like in twang. You can't just grow an EH sound like lead. You've got to go through all the vowels in order to get all the vowels consistent in the throat, so that you're able to, with vocal track shaping, get through these vocal tracks in order to be able to have all the vowels work together within the distorted vocal tones that you're using. Okay, I know you guys probably wanted a bunch of exercises and all that stuff. I actually never work up, ever. I never work up a distorted tone when I'm doing my warm-ups, ever. I use that for when I go to sing something heavy or singing in a song, or I can feel my tone coming in, or to get to tone again in another section of this. But when I start to work in the tone, then I can push and lean into that sound a little bit more. It's kind of funny. You don't have to teach a baby how to be bad. You don't have to teach a baby how to be bad. You have to teach a baby how to be good, right? We have to teach a child how to be good, not how to be bad. We have to teach them how to be good. So it is with distortion. We don't have to teach ourselves how to distort the voice because there's a tendency just to go there naturally because of just force and excitement and all that. We have to teach the voice how to be good. So we go back in our workouts and we work out clean and robust and bring nice moisture and resiliency and flexibility and elasticity and all that stuff back in the core. And then as we go out, we're gladiators and we go out in the world and we want to kill it. Yeah! Do some crazy thing, right? Then we all of a sudden find ourselves going, okay, I now am pushing the envelope and I've got to use the technique that I know works for me as I'm going into a new dimension of this voice, right? And lean into this sound in a different kind of way that I can actually then incorporate all this together. And then I always come back and clean up the voice. All right, let's rock. Let's continue.